Hey, I just wanted to do a comparison video here from the 800 to the 850 Outlander XT. I've only got a couple videos here, and they're from the 800 that I've owned, and I haven't found. I've been searching for a review on the 850. I've only seen one on the XMR, which that's not what I have, and that's something I was looking for before I bought the 850 versus the 1000 when I upgraded from my 800. Nothing wrong with the 800. It was a great machine, but I simply needed the Max edition for a 2-up. Being a longer chassis, that was probably the first sort of surprise to me between the two of them. It's just the length and the agility of the machine, but you really can't compare them apples to apples that way because, well, the 800 was a 1-up and this is a 2-up, so there's extra length and weight. There is about 7 horsepower difference between the two motors. I would say you can't feel it between these two because this one weighs more. It's definitely got I think more mid-range grunt than the 800. Not that the 800 was lacking. And for me, the biggest reason for not going to a 1000, price wasn't a big deal because they're only about $1,000, 1,500 more Canadian. Is that that extra amount of horsepower on that unit just it was more than I needed. I think this one's 78, and the hell is the big one now? 89. It's a lot of power. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but I think for what I need, this is more than enough. I've done a couple things to this thing. First thing I noticed between this one and the 800 is this one runs hotter. I overheated this machine the first week I owned it. I think the second ride. Mind you, it was like 35 degrees out in the summertime, but you get a little mud on that radiator and that's it. You keep pushing it, it's going to get hot. So I pretty much right away, after I had my first service done, I got a rad relocate done here. I didn't do the BRP one. I just did an aftermarket one, but nonetheless it works and helps out big time. The only thing that sucks about it is that it kind of blocks a bit of visibility, but I stand up most time anyway, so I put 1.5 inch wheel spacers on it. I think I probably should have waited a bit longer before I did that. I kind of did all this like the first 2 weeks I owned the machine. I kind of should have felt it out a little longer as the standard ride height, but nonetheless I did it anyways. It helps considering that the long chassis gets hung up more, but I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to keep it lifted or not, but it helps in the mud for sure. Another thing is too is I did not want those silverback tires. I want something a little bit more trail friendly. Even these Max Zillas are sometimes a little bit more aggressive than I want for trail riding, hard pack stuff, right? Once the mud's gone in the summertime, it's a little harder out, and then I don't know. I like the tires. I'm not going to put the stocks back on because they're just too small, I think, for the size of this machine. Overall, it's been a great unit. I've got 750 kilometers on it now, and it's a 2016. I bought it in August last year. Been pretty much riding it nonstop since I bought it. It's too early to tell if there's going to be any major differences, like reliability-wise, between the 800 and the 850. My understanding is that it's a Maverick head, and I think compression or something has gone up. And I think also the bore was bored out. Could be wrong on that. I read something about a Maverick head. That's the primary reason why I got more power. I guess not knowing enough yet, considering I haven't had it that long, I can't give like pros and cons quite yet, seeing that it's only 6 months old, but so far so good. And if anyone does not want a 1000, sometimes it's just the stigma related to having the biggest, baddest machine. It's like owning a 1000cc sport bike. It's a lot of bragging rights, but it's a hell of a lot of a machine too. It's not for everyone. So 800, 850 is I think it's a sweet spot for me personally. That's my preference. I pretty much just use it for fun. You know, I guess it could have some utility into it, but for me, it's just pretty much just a, you know, just a toy, and that's pretty much it, an adventure tool. The Kubota obviously is meant for work, and that's what I use that for. So anyways, that's it for this.